Welcome back to Unstable TV! And you're through to Irish Couple Reacts. And do stay tuned because this happens every week.
So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of these videos. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you! So today we were asked to check out, why did the US join World War One? Why did they join World War One? Let's all find out together!
Big shout out to everyone in the comment section for suggesting this to us.
Cheers.
Cheers, exactly what Danielle said. We do appreciate the suggestions that do come in from everyone. Any more, keep them coming. Without further ado, we'll jump straight into this for ourselves and you guys. Let's go!
For the first 3 years of World War I, the United States did very little. Its position towards the Great War was one of annoyed neutrality, and whilst it was seen as a problem, it was not seen as America's problem. Yet despite the war not directly affecting the US, Woodrow Wilson declared war on Germany in April of 1917 and joined the side of the Entente. But given how easy it would have been for the US to sit it out, this raises an obvious question. Why did the United States join World War I? To begin, when the Great War broke out in Europe, the US's response was, oh good, another one. Because to many American politicians and the American public at large, Europeans were always fighting over something, often over silly things like royal titles, tiny strips of land, or some irrelevant imperial holding somewhere across the Pacific. And this conflict was seen as no different, which meant that many Americans weren't interested in getting involved. This worked well for America, and importantly President Wilson, who was much more concerned with getting re-elected in late 1916. To do this, he needed the support of the German-American and Irish-American populations who supported the Central Powers. And he also needed the Protestants living across the eastern seaboard which supported the Entente. And to win their votes, he promised that the US would never enter the war, but he also talked about how uncool Germany was being at that point. But as you'll know, 6 months after he won re-election, to war the US went. So why? Well, to start, public opinion had slowly shifted from who cares to not Germany over the past year. This was mostly down to Germany's long-term goals largely being we'll dominate Europe, and also because of Germany resuming unrestricted submarine warfare which could target American vessels, and also the Zimmermann telegram, in which the German Empire asked Mexico to invade the United States, which was something not well received by the American public. Now, history buffs amongst you will know that the American public wanting something does not mean that the American government is going to do it. And one of the most pressing reasons for Wilson to go to war was money. American business was making quite a lot of money from the war since exports to Britain, France and Italy had increased massively, which is one of the reasons that unrestricted submarine warfare angered the US government so much. Less exports meant less taxes, and governments like taxes. Another monetary reason was loans. The US government had lent the Entente nations a lot of money. A lot. And conquered, defeated nations aren't exactly able to pay that money back, which helped tilt the American leadership into going to war. And another reason was that the American government simply didn't know what would happen if Germany won. Britain was Europe's greatest power at that point, and whilst the Americans didn't exactly love them, they understood them. Whereas Germany was the offspring of Prussia, and to them was an ambitious militaristic state which, if victorious, would inevitably clash with the US somewhere. And so to Wilson's government, dealing with Germany now would rid the world of an autocratic threat in the future. And this view of America siding with the right nations was an extremely important one, since most Americans were equally as disgusted by the autocratic Russian Empire as they were by the German one. Well, good news, because they just dropped out to try their hands at the whole Civil War thing. And with Russia gone, this meant that for Americans, the war now had a right side and a wrong side, and there wasn't much time for America to join if the right side was going to win. And with public pressure growing, Wilson went to Congress to ask that it make a declaration of war against Germany. And this declaration was voted for overwhelmingly, thereby bringing the United States into World War I and honestly ruining the Kaiser's day.
We brought shotguns. So first off, a very big shout out to the original content creator. Do make sure you go check them out, give them a like, subscribe, share, and all of that good YouTube stuff. Shout out to everyone in the comments for the suggestion. We do appreciate that. Right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
On America's stance, sorry, not Americans, America's stance, America's government, to be specific, not the people, because the people don't decide on the wars, unfortunately. That's the government. Yeah, we're gonna shoot. Oh, we're not allowed to say that.
I didn't know that that Germany sent over a telegram, or whatever it was called back then. It was a telegram, wasn't it? They sent over a telegram to Mexico to get them to invade the US. That's great. I never heard of that before.
I didn't realise Germany were pulling them type of sneakies in World War One.
Because when I heard that, I was like, World War Two? I was like, this isn't World War Two.
They were like trying to do Operation Shamrock to Ireland. I know about that. They were using us as a back door. Jeremy's saying us, like we built the country, you know.
Us.
We. Us. I. Shamrocks. Guinness. Potatoes. All that good stuff. So do let us know, did any of you guys from America, did you study this in school? Did you know any of this before? Or if there's any corrections or perspectives or information you feel might have been left out, do let us know in the comments down below.
It makes sense though as to why they did join though. They kind of had to. Like, they were kind of just pushed into it really. Because if Germany started taking over...
Yeah, they couldn't have more military again. Sounds like it was all a battle for fiscal, to be honest.
Well, what's wars about now?
Money.
How nothing's changed.
No. Do you feel it's changed? If so, let us know.
And here's a bit of a controversial question, but if you're still here, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about wars?
Yeah. And this goes to anyone in the audience, anyone from anywhere. Let us know in the comments.
Any one answer on any war, or wars in general. Let us know.
We'll have a chat with you in the comments. So that has been our 2 cents, and we will chop ourselves out of this.
So as always, you are the beautiful people of YouTube, and we have been Unstable TV.
So drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of this reaction video. And if you have any suggestions for us to do, let us know too.
And as always, we will see you in the next one.